Hey, what's up guys? It's been a little while now since the last upload. I'm finally done this semester of school, so we can start working on the car some more before my summer semester starts. We have a couple weeks. And today I'm going to be putting on a part that we have held off for a couple months now. It's going to be, of course, for the Civic, and it's actually an interior part. Hold on, let me fix this exposure. There you go. So I'll show you guys what that's going to be, and then I have two more things on the way for the Civic. They'll both be here within a week, so hopefully I can get this video out pretty quick. I actually stopped to edit some footage from when I was preparing for the auto show. I can throw it together and just kind of include it with this. I don't know if you guys want to see it, but it was just me trying to put in the PLM crossbar. It took a while, so I don't think I show you the whole process, but if you guys want to see it, I'll put it up, or I mean if I have some time I'll edit it and we'll put it up. But for now, let me show you what we're going to put on today. What I'm going to be installing is actually going to be the Cusco reinforcement bars. This is only the passenger side. I'm going to try putting this one in first because I don't have the seat in on that side, and I'm not 100% sure if it's going to fit with my SI door cards, or if I need to go get CX door cards, or possibly even just not run them. Ideally I do want to keep my door cards, so because that side already is empty, we're just going to test fit there, and everything looks good, then I will put in the driver's side as well. Alright, so even though this car doesn't have an interior, it's still pretty cramped in here. I'll try to find a place to put you guys down to show you what to do, but essentially what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove that seat belt, because you have to reuse that bolt as an upper mount for the sidebar. We're going to have to swap the position of some of the washers in that assembly, and then the other area that you're going to have to undo is going to be the lower seat belt mount right there. And same thing, we're going to have to swap around some of the washers. I would recommend doing one at a time, because you don't want the seat belt to fully retract back in to the assembly. It will actually lock itself. You can unlock it, but it's not really easy. It's a bit of a pain in the butt, so I would recommend just doing one at a time and then going from there. The last bolt that you have to reuse from the car is actually going to be for the seat, actually just down there. One of the mounts go there, and then for those who don't know, for this bar you actually do also have to drill into the floor of the car, so you're going to want to make a cut into your floor carpet. I'm not going to drill today yet just because I'm test fitting. I'm mainly concerned that this isn't going to clear, but from what I know, the SI door card is actually the same as the base model, other than the fact that this has a pocket here. The shape of the plastics underneath is exactly the same. As you can see, the fabric here needs to be redone, so that's not it's not great. So you can see that it's all messed up here now. So long term, what I may end up doing actually is just getting rid of this fabric and maybe doing like a black suede, or honestly, like, it would even look better if I just painted that black. I don't mind having the fabric, it's kind of nice. It makes the interior look a little more put together, but maybe I'll go with a black color just because most of my interior, other than I guess the carpet, and in person the carpet's actually pretty dark. The camera makes it look very gray, but like my dashboard is black and the rest of it's black. My seat is black, so we'll see, but yeah, that's about it. I'll show you what size sockets the mounts are. From what I believe, they're all 14s, but we'll take a look and then we'll go from there. Get some gloves because my hands are cold. These ones are also like grippy, so that's nice. But You don't need gloves. Nothing here is very dirty. This is just because my hands are cold. It's kind of cold today. We're gonna start up here. And so you have to pop this plastic cover off. You don't need any tools, you just pop it off with your hands. And then in terms of the socket size, so look here. And yeah, it's a 17. So let's start with that. Got my tools behind me here. So these seatbelt mounts, from what I know, they do have a torque spec, so you're gonna want to look that up. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I will make sure I do torque everything back properly before I finish up. And I'm actually gonna do the bottom one here first. The main reason why is I have the bottom mount bar in the car, and I want to have that one in position before I get the main bar, just because this is really easy to install. It's just the one piece. They are curved, so you want to assemble it with the curve following the outside of the car, or sorry, like against the car. So this way it is pretty snug to the car here. The reason why I'm doing it, the door closes. Again, I want to make sure that this actually fits. So this is what I was talking about, where there's a lot of washers. The instructions from Cusco tell you which washers you need to keep, which ones you don't need to keep. So just make sure you have a look at that first. But from what I can tell here, you don't need the really fat ones. Like these big ones, you don't need to keep those. So there's a retaining washer, you just undo that. They include a couple washers as well that you actually replace the factory ones with. And again, you just want to follow the instructions here. They're very easily, they're very easy to read. There are pictures, it's not just words. So really anyone can do this with just a bit of patience. So we're gonna pour out the hardware that you get from them here, and let's find out which ones we need. And then I will make sure I show you as well. Again, the main reason I'm doing this on video is just on YouTube. There is no video for anyone installing this in a 95 or 92, 95 Civic. They actually only show it to you in like I think it was a RSX someone put it into, and then someone had it in their Corolla A86. But nobody has it for this particular car, so that's why I want to be the one to put it up there, just so you know it's easier to do. There's no instructions for this. So I believe I have the right one. So you just get rid of the two large washers, and then you replace with one of the washers they give you, and I'll show you in a moment exactly what you put on. Whether this bar does anything for structural rigidity or safety for that matter, that's debatable. It is a very cool looking part to have in a car, and I think it's very fitting for this car, being that I really don't have any more interior in the back, and I have added my crossbar as well. So you can think of it as an aesthetic part, with possible benefits for performance. But sorry, excuse me, I actually put it on backwards. I'll get back to you guys when it's back on. Alright guys, so I don't know how well you can see this, just because of the focus there, but essentially there was two very large washers on this side of the bolt. So the bolt head's right here, and these two washers were pressed against the car. We removed those, and then Cusco provides two of these washers. They're quite a bit thinner, and you replace those two just with this. And then the actual assembly, the bar is actually sandwiched between the remainder of the original washers and then the Cusco one. So you could think of the bar itself also as a washer. and then we bolt this back into the car. The holes are notched, so I would not recommend tightening it very far. And then we're going to move on to doing the one seat bracket. So this one you don't need any new hardware, you just use the hardware that comes with your seat. And the only part that you would actually have to put a bit of hardware is to attach it to the bar itself. And again, that's all provided, so I'll catch up with you when we get there. This mount was pretty self-explanatory. For most people, you're probably gonna have to take your seat out. I just didn't have a seat here, so it's a lot easier. But you just take the exact same bolt that your seat rail attaches to the car with. And you just sandwich this L bracket between what would be your car and the rail. And again, I don't have a rail here, but your rail would sit actually on top of that. So this is gonna be flush to the car, and then your seat would fit over it and bolt through here as well. And just make sure that if the rail that you're using for your seat, if the bracket is fairly thick or the bolt you have is not the original one and it's a bit short, just make sure that you replace any hardware with hardware that's strong enough to be used in a seat. You don't want the bolts to snap if ever an accident. So just, you know, keep that in mind. But let's go grab the larger bar and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I have the rail inside the car now. And I'm doing this with the door closed again, just because I want to make sure everything fits before I fully bolt it all together. I did try installing this before, and I had the issue of the bars not fitting, or the door not being able to close. So now I'm trying to make sure we don't run into that again by doing a test fit with everything outside the car. And I think this time around we're going to be okay, but I could be wrong. But it seems like we might be good. So let's go give that a try here. Okay, so you get an idea of what it's supposed to look like now. And again, I just want to make sure it fits before I go ahead and do this. Yeah, so I'm going to take this top bolt out, and then we actually have to do a couple bolts down here. And I think we're okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, so everything's bolted up. I did test the door closes, so we're good. And I'll give you guys a quick look at how it looks so far, but we're not done. There's still one more part that I have to do, and this is probably the part that a lot of people don't want to do, but I'll show you what it is. Just to give you guys an overlook, this is how everything will look once we're done. And the part that I was talking about is actually drilling into the floor of your car. You do want to secure this to the floor. And before you do that, you do want to cut a hole in your carpet for that bar to sit there. Keep in mind, if you have any floor mats, they will no longer fit 100%. You can cut them to fit around the door bar, or you just lay them in the best you can. I have some OEM Honda ones that are like new, so I really don't want to cut them. So I will just make them fit the best as possible. We are about to drill into that. I don't think I'm going to record it. It's just drilling a hole. You just want to make sure that you are using fairly strong drill bits, being that these are drilling into the chassis of the car. So I'm using these titanium drill bits. That way I know it's going to be strong enough to cut through the body and not have to worry about anything. And then I still have to cut this little piece of the carpet out. I just used a razor blade and then traced around, so you can see that it didn't cut 100%, but that's alright. I can live with that. So I'm going to drill that in and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we're all done. This is how it looks. And I have the carpet in. From this angle you can't really see it, but the carpet is, it doesn't fit properly anymore. It's slightly poked up. You can kind of see it right where the bar touches that floor mat. But we're looking good. So door closes properly and everything is looking really good. I still have to do the driver's side now, but because that seat is already out, I thought I may as well take care of it then. But yeah, this is looking really good. I'm happy with how this turned out. And yeah, man, we just have to get this car ready. ready for the season. I mean, the season already started, but you know, it could be better. Well, yeah, that's the install. I'm gonna do the other side now, but I guess this is a good time to kind of update you guys on what the plan is gonna be for the next couple months with this car and the channel. So I do plan to go to Weekfest in Seattle. Registration just opened, and I have applied, so waiting to hear back for that. The car is confirmed for Driven this year. We're going to be taking it there, similar to what we did last year. As far as parts, I will probably leave that a secret. Everything is coming in very quickly. I can give you guys sneak previews if you follow our Instagram account. That's Kousoku.battle on Instagram, and I will put in the description. Follow us there, and I will make sure to give you guys some sneak previews for the upcoming parts. One of them I'm really excited for, just because it's kind of rare. Not a lot of people run it or even know of it, so that's pretty exciting. Other than that, it's just a lot of cleaning up for this car, a lot of maintenance. I have a couple parts that I have to pick up from Honda for, again, maintenance issues. One of them is a new radiator cap. The one that's in there works. It's looking a little crappy. It's some off-brand Lordco special. Nothing wrong with Lordco, but if I'm gonna replace it and it costs about the same, I might as well go original. Excuse the noise, there's a lot of construction. Other than that, I need a new gas cap. The one that I have, it doesn't seal very well anymore. So the fuel pressure in the tank is not where it should be, so the car is a bit harder to start. The trans axle seals, I need to get those. I'm getting a small transmission leak on the passenger side, so I may as well do both. Yeah, just maintenance. Nothing big, because I want to enjoy driving the car, but I also want to make sure it drives properly. So I know a couple months back I said that this year is mostly going to be me driving the car. It still is going to be, but I just want to, you know, make it run nicely. Nothing major. Changes to the car. I got new mirrors. These ones direct from Japan. So I got rid of the spoon reps. So getting rid of the rep parts slowly. Maybe that's a hint. But yeah, these mirrors are pretty cool. They are blue tinted, and they have a very similar shape to the old school Vision Technicas, but I believe the way they mount and this whole situation is a bit different. But it's a very nice mirror. It's super solid, and it is made for this car, so it came with the base plate as well. What else? Put a new sticker on the car. Right there, bumper sticker. You can get that at kousokubattle.bigcartel.com. Link in the description. Car's super dirty, but I finally have the PLM crossbar in there. I got a new shift knob. So I used to have the Pastor JDM one. I don't know if you guys can see, but it is right over there. You guys can see that? Let me get that focus right there. There we go. That is the Science of Speed NSX Type S style stainless steel shift knob. I got that as a gift for my birthday from my girlfriend. So that was very cool of her to get me that. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. I don't really have much else planned. My brother's still working on his car, so we'll do a reveal once it's finally on the street. It does run, but he wants to clean it up a little bit, so I won't reveal that. I'll leave that for him to do, so he gets the chance to do that. It has been a couple years since he even drove this car, so that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm out of things to talk about. So just keep up to date on our social media, and if we go to any meets locally, I will do my best to post up there in case, I don't know, if you guys want to see the car in person, or if you have any questions, or maybe you just you want to go to a car meet that day. I don't know. I'll post it up. Alright guys, peace. If you have any questions, leave it down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and until the next one, peace out guys.